Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the TV Tray Sessions here at Guitar Talk with Todd at Todd Beebe Music. Thank you all for joining me again today. Please hit that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Help me out. Like I said, our subscribers are going up. I really appreciate all you guys being on board with me and helping me get those numbers up. When we hit 500, we're going to go live here and do a Facebook and YouTube live and hang out with you guys and just talk and get to know some of you guys that are on board with me here, and I really appreciate all your help. So if you know anyone that loves guitars, music memorabilia, lessons, artist interviews, anything related to all that stuff, scroll through my videos, check out what I do here. Please share the word. The numbers are growing. I appreciate it so much. All of you that have helped me out, tell a friend and have them subscribe to the channel. You know I appreciate it. Today, as always, we are powered by Death Wish Coffee, Valhalla Java. Grab a cup and join me. Delicious stuff. We are in our Darth Vader expressions of Darth Vader mug today, so we're enjoying that. All right, today we have another great piece of music memorabilia. You guys know I love coming on here and featuring a lot of this stuff. One of my all-time favorite artists is the great Otis Redding. Otis was just, fantastic. I always tell people, at the end of the day, you really just need to listen to two singers, Howlin' Wolf for the power and Otis Redding for the soul and the smoothness. Those two guys, those are my guys. Obviously, I'm influenced by a ton of other ones as well, but those two guys are at the top of the list for me, and I love Otis Redding. So years back, a person I know that worked as a disc jockey and whatnot hooked me up with various things they had gotten through the years, and they gave me this original Otis Redding ticket. I'll put some close-ups of it here. The Incomparable Otis Redding for the Coliseum in Houston, Texas. This was on Sunday, August 7th of 1966. It says on the front of this, no charge for services not to be sold. It's interesting because on the front of this, as you can see on the picture I'll put up, this says Sunday, August 7th, and no year. But, I did a little bit of research. I'm going to put that up as well. We unfortunately lost Otis Redding on December 10th, 1967, in a tragic plane crash up in Madison, Wisconsin. He was on the way to a show up there. And so if you look, and I'll throw the calendar up, I researched some old calendars. If you look at a 1966 calendar, you'll see August 7th was a Sunday of that year. So I know for a fact this ticket was from 1966. And then the following year, of course, we tragically lost Otis, and what a shame. I mean, he would have went on to do so many things. I think he had just crossed over with Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, which hadn't even come out yet. He never got to see the impact that song would have. That was released after he passed away, unfortunately. But that direction he was heading in really hinted at so much stuff. And I think that, he was really going to branch out into other things on top of obviously being the king of soul and everything he did with that. He had mentioned to people prior to his death that he wanted to get more into, he was being influenced by the Beatles, like Sgt. Pepper and all those type of things that were coming out. He was really soaking all that stuff in. He went over so great at the Monterey Pop Festival in 1967, Summer of Love, that whole hippie scene, they loved Otis, he loved them, and it was just this great, he wanted to get into that style of music more, mixed with what he was doing, and what the guy left us is a legacy that can't be beat. I mean, just unbelievable stuff. But it's kind of crazy to think about what more he could have done, and could have achieved. It's just unbelievable. Otis was only 26 years old when he died. I mean, that's mind-boggling to think about. Like he hadn't even hit 30 yet, so it's like the stuff that he could have achieved. Wow, it's just amazing. But anyway, I guess to some people, it's like, what's the big deal about this? But if you're watching this show, you're probably, I'm sure, a lot like I am, and you like the old music memorabilia and collectibles and stuff. My whole life, I've loved that stuff. When I was a kid, I'd search out and, go to the record stores, and I still do. I love that stuff. When I was out with Beebe, him and Sid Seidenberg would hooked me up with a lot of stuff. They both loved that stuff too. I know Beebe even collected stuff from people that he loved and had a huge record collection. He ended up donating it to the Smithsonian at one point, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, Beebe collected. I just love collecting this stuff too. So this is an original Otis Redding ticket, just very cool to have. It's interesting too. I'll put up a picture of the back. It's got an advertisement on the back to watch Shindig on October 9th, which again, if you look at the 1966 calendar, October 9th would have been on a Sunday. Shindig aired on, Sunday afternoons and evenings and stuff for a lot of people to watch, a music program there. Check out my review I did, or show, let's just say that, episode that I did on the Howlin' Wolf Rolling Stones contract. I'll put the link below to that from when Howlin' Wolf was on Shindig with the Rolling Stones. And this was an ad for Shindig to watch locally, stamped on the back of these tickets, so whoever was buying these, kind of saw that as well. In the Houston area there, then the show was going to be at the Houston Coliseum on Sunday, August 7th of 1966. Otis albums, there's tons of them. Otis Blue being, fantastic, of course. Dictionary of Soul. There's just a ton of them. The very first Otis Redding album is fantastic. Even the stuff that was released after he passed, that was all stuff that, Otis recorded like a madman. The last year or so of his life, especially the last 6 months or so of his life. And yeah, we're so blessed to have had that stuff. And that was all overseen by Steve Cropper, who of course that was like Otis's right-hand man. So, that stuff was released after he passed away, a lot of those albums, but they're all fantastic. I mean, they've got Otis's voice on them, and Cropper, finished those up, and those songs were basically in the can the way Otis wanted them anyway. So a lot of the stuff released after he passed away is quite a bit different than a lot of other artists. I won't name any right now, but there's some artists that have passed away, and they're, people just cash in on that stuff and release a ton of stuff, and you're always thinking like, did they really want this stuff released or not? But I can't really say that about Otis's stuff, because he pretty much had that stuff in the can and done. And like I said, Steve Cropper oversaw all of it too. So like I said, any of the Otis Redding stuff is great. The Soul album with like cigarettes and coffee and all that stuff is just any Otis Redding. Just great stuff. I mean, even, just start out with a greatest hits package of Otis. If you're not familiar with them, it's going to have, Try a Little Tenderness and all, of course, Dock of the Bay and all that stuff, Pain in My Heart, all of his hits. That's just a great place to start. But then go back and get all of his albums too, because, man, Otis could sing. There was just nobody that could touch that, in my opinion. So, we were blessed to have him for the short time that we did, and God, I wish he was still around and would have lived past 26 for sure. But please comment. Let me know what you think about Otis. I love him. One of my all-time favorites. And so blessed to have this original Incomparable Otis Redding Show ticket here. Wanted to come on and feature it as a great piece of memorabilia here today on the TV Tray Sessions at Guitar Talk with Todd Beebe Music. So thank you guys so much. Like I said, please like, comment below. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm really looking forward to hanging out with you guys and doing a YouTube live here when we hit 500 subscribers. You know, just to get the music and the message out here more. It's what it's all about here on this show. So I appreciate all you guys helping me out doing that and spreading the word there. So thank you so much. Thank you to Death Wish Coffee, Valhalla Java in our Darth Vader mug today. We're always powered by Death Wish, Valhalla Java. We love our Death Wish coffee. So thank you to them. Please find me on Facebook, you guys, at Todd Beebe Music. And we will see you guys again. Stay safe and love your dogs. Take care.